Shalom, my people. Once again, I appreciate all my viewers, all my supporters, everyone who will be tuning in, dislike, subscribing. I appreciate it all. Gratitude to everyone. So today we're going to do part two. That's right, part two to preserving your life force. Now today we're going to talk about some things that causes men or young men to release their life force or to not preserve it. First of all, I just want to get one thing clear. I want to get a little clarification of my last video. I don't want you all to think that my narrative that I'm pushing is releasing your life force is always bad. No. If you're married, that's what you do. It's absolutely fine. It's totally fine. You know what I mean? I'm not against that. What I'm doing is I am trying to educate my young men or my single bachelors on the benefits of preserving your life force. Now, I do believe personally, because first of all, my belief is aligned with the word of God. So I do believe that if you're single or if you're a young man, I believe it's important for you to preserve your life force. So that is my focal audience. But like I said in the last video, it is beneficial for all men. And I do believe that all men should at least try it and reap the benefits. For like someone, whether you're married or not, you can be someone who's going through a rough patch in your life, someone who's losing focus, someone who needs to seek their identity, seek their purpose, someone who feels like their motivation is low, their drive is low, you know what I mean? Or they're feeling a little bit on the beta side and they're trying to become more of an alpha male. I do believe semen retention, preserving your life force, is very helpful. That's what I'm advocating. All right. So, like I said, today we're going to talk about some things that causes you to release it, to not preserve it. Some dangerous things. One of those things is porn. That's right. Porn. Now, we understand that the porn industry is $1 billion industry. And back in the day when I was young, when I was a young lad, a little gent, you know what I mean, we didn't have cell phones accessible or internet access accessible to just view porn like they can today. We had to either sneak it, we had VHSs, we had magazines, but today, porn is basically in a young person's pocket. You know what I mean? It's a search engine away, and it's very dangerous. So I am trying to educate all of my young men and women the dangerous effects of watching porn. Okay? So, men, put down your weapon. All right? Unhand yourself. Stop abusing yourself. It's dangerous. It's negative. No positive thing about it. There's no positive thing about abusing yourself. You feel me? Now, first of all, understand that when you masturbate and you ejaculate, now, don't mean to get graphic, but when we're talking about a subject like this, I got to be candid. I have to be transparent to all you viewers to have sensitive ears. All right? But when you masturbate and you ejaculate, your body releases what is called dopamine. Now, dopamine is a neurotransmitter and it's a hormone. And your body makes it, and it's used to send signals to your nervous system, right? And it has a lot to do with like your body functions, your movement, you know, it has something to do with your memory. It plays a part of your reward system, like your motivation and your euphoric aspect of your brain. And low dopamine can become pernicious, right? Because when you have low dopamine, you have like low self-esteem. You be depressed. Your motivation is low, not motivated, no ambition, right? It takes away your innate male killer instinct. Now, when I say killer instinct, that's just a saying. I'm not saying that you really need to have an instinct to murder, but you know what I mean, fellas. So it takes that away. It takes away that alpha male in you because you're constantly releasing testosterone. You're constantly releasing this dopamine, and it's depleting you. And when you have a dopamine depletion, oh man, that's when it can become very harmful because your body is steady releasing it. And the more you release it, the more your body wants it. It craves it. Kind of like a heroin addict, right? Or an opioid addict. The more you get high, the more you crave it. The more your body needs it. The more your body wants it. And that's when addiction comes. That's how people become addicted to porn, right? Because they release so much dopamine. Now your body, it's craving the next high. It's craving the next release, right? And now, first of all, when we talk about porn, right? Let me tell you how we all should know that porn is negative, right? No one is proud of it, right? You never run into somebody that's just proud of being a avid porn watcher, right? Who got a homeboy who you go holler at them and they like, yo, bro, you should have seen your boy last night, man. Your boy, I let off about 3 or 4 of them. You know what I mean? That's weird, right? Ain't nobody talking like that. Ain't nobody proud of that, because there's nothing to be proud of. You know what I mean? It's creepish. And porn can be harmful in many ways. Another way is women become objectified, right? You begin to see women in a negative light, and you don't appreciate a woman for what she really is, because all you're seeing is a woman being used for sexual pleasure when you're constantly watching porn. So every time you look at a woman, you're looking at her in that way. You're looking at her lady lumps. You're looking at the breasts and her behind, and you're not even paying attention to her. Like, especially for somebody who's single that's trying to find a mate, trying to find a wife. You're not even really engaging or trying to get to know this person on an intellectual level. All you're thinking about is sex. You can't even go to the gym. You looking at every woman, or looking at everybody's butt. All you're thinking about is sex, right? And believe me, women pick up on your creepish vibes. They can decipher a look. And when all you watching is porn, and all you having these creepy thoughts in your mind when you're looking at a woman, it turns women off. They can read it on you. You're giving that old creepish look. You know what I mean? It's a turn off. Women don't like that. And they don't like to be objectified. She's not an object. Listen, this woman is not just a place to park your penis. You know what I mean? You gotta respect the woman. Understand? You gotta respect her, and it's harmful when you just lusting after whatever. You know what I mean? Because another thing is, porn brings about lust. And if you're watching it all the time and it's all you're gonna do is crave it. Now, mind you, most men who become rapists, a lot of them are addicted to porn. A lot of them are sex addicts. A lot of them have a sex demon, and they're seeking this gratification, and they take upon this perverse lifestyle and this perverse craving of sex. A lot of it is extracted from watching porn, for real, man. And it messes with your mind, right? It messes with the way you think. It messes with the way you act. It changes your perspective on a lot of things. It changes the way you perceive pleasure. You become numb. It's dangerous to a husband, because it's almost like you start to cheat on your wife with porn, because you will be more in love with the way your penis feel in your hand than it does in your wife. And you didn't abuse yourself so much, right? When it's come down for you to pleasure your wife, you got nothing for her. You limp. Straight noodle. You wanna know why? Because it's messing with your psyche. Because you're so addicted to porn, you're so addicted to abusing yourself, that's all you really want. You in love with your hand. Straight up, man. And these are just natural aspects, you know what I mean? Of course, on a spiritual wave, the things that's happening in the spirit when you are engaging in pornography and masturbation, you're taking upon these different sex spirits, man, these different lust demons. And it's destroying your brain. It's destroying your spirit. It's destroying your drive. It's destroying your reality. It is. It's destroying it, man. It's like imagine having like a electrical circuit, right? And see, this circuit, it has a limit of electrical capacity. And if you exceed this capacity, right, by overloading the circuit, that's when a meltdown happens. And then fires break out, and then all kind of significant damage happens when the fire breaks out, right? This is the same thing that happens when you overload your brain with porn. And because of the brain's adaptive capability, it starts to alter itself, it alter how it's wired, and this affects the way you perceive pleasure. It affects it, man. It affects it, the way you perceive pleasure, bro. Pornography is harmful, right? And then you go through deprivation. Then you now you don't know how to talk to a woman. You don't know how to speak to a woman, how to appreciate a woman, because you got all this pornography installed in you. You can't get away from that. You can't get away from it. And you go through deprivation. You start to lose key things that you need in life when you're dealing with women, because all you're doing is objectifying a woman. All you see is sex. You know what I'm saying? You can't even talk to a babysitter. You trying to hire a babysitter for your kids. All you looking at her as a sex object. You go to the school and talk to your kids' teachers. You looking at her as a sex object. You might not even be attracted to her. It's just that you so much endowed with sex. That's all you thinking about is running your life. Now it's taking your focus. It's taking your focus off your purpose in life. It's taking your focus off your business. It's taking your focus off your family. It's taking your focus off your wife. It's taking your focus off you and the things that you need to do to better yourself, because all you're doing is destroying your brain with porn. Now your hard drive is just overloaded with it. And now you need to clean your hard drive. A couple of ways to clean your hard drive: focusing on God, fasting, praying. Another way, you guessed it, preserving your life force, semen retention. And see this what the brothers be doing when they do the whole no fap, the no fap thing for November. See, they own to something, because they know what they do is they do this whole month. Really, it should be a lifestyle, but they do this whole month to reap the benefits of semen retention. Because it's true, man. It's true. For real, it's so many benefits. Look them up, man. And there's so much detriment with porn. It's not one good thing about porn. Not one good thing. You become addicted and you lose sight of who you are. And you become just a beast, a sex monster. You know what I mean? And you take upon these sex spirits that we're going to get into later. But it's dangerous, man. Porn is dangerous. It's harmful. Stay away from it. Stay away from it, fellas. Single fellas, young men, it's harmful. Stay away from it. And it's especially dangerous to you young men who are, you know, you're in your youth. This is when you're strong, right? And you're just figuring out your purpose. Now, the wise man said it's two most important days in a man's life: the day he was born and the day he figures out why. Young man, when you indulge in porn, especially at an early age, when your frontal lobe, when your brain's not even fully developed, it disrupts that development. It does. It does some destroying things to your brain, to your young brain. Young man, you are still growing. Your brain is still developing. Do not destroy it with porn. And when you imbue yourself with lust, for one, it's a sin. And lust is so dangerous because it will distract you from your purpose. Young man, you have purpose on this earth. Young man, you have purpose here. And lust will distract you from figuring out your purpose. It will take you off your lane. It will take you off course, especially you athletes. You know, your coach tells you all the time to stray away from engaging in sex, especially before games. Forget just before games. Stray away from it, period, while you're in your youth, because this is when you need to be focused. You need to figure out your purpose. You need your drive, and you don't need it to be depleted. You don't need your dopamine depleted by masturbation, and you don't need it depleted by going from partner to partner. We're going to get on that later, too. Now, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I'm trying to make these videos as compact as possible. We got a couple more topics that we're going to cover that's pertaining to preserving your life force. Young man, single brother, preserve your life force. Husbands, I'm not saying that it's a necessity. I'm not saying it's mandatory, but I am suggesting that you try it. And you may be in a time of darkness, or the time that is cloudy. Preserving your life force may be one of your answers. Try it out. preserve your life force. All right. I thank you all for viewing. I appreciate it. Y'all be blessed. Shalom, over and out.